Hey, what is going on everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome back to the Optimistic Survival series. I am standing in front of our storage building for the beginning of episode 49 because for the past 43 episodes, this storage building has been very good to us in providing the somewhat useful storage that we need, but today it is finally going away. We are not tearing it down, don't worry, this building is here to stay, but we are building a brand new building for all of our storage because let's be honest, we outgrew this. Even though we never really made the most of it, we kind of outgrew it very quickly, and if I'm being honest, it was kind of poor planning on my part. But today we are going to be tearing down all of this bamboo, and I still can't land on it, but we will be leveling out this land right here just a little bit, and this will be the site of our brand new storage building. I've already gone ahead and built this in creative mode. I absolutely love the design for it, and it finally utilizes cherry planks, something that I said we hadn't used yet, but needed to when we built our windmill in the last episode and used the bamboo. So I'm really excited for this. I've already gathered a lot of the materials that we are going to need, so it should hopefully go somewhat quickly, but we will just kind of see how it plays out. It is going to be the largest building so far of this series. Yes, even larger than this one. Of course, that would make sense though, since we've already outgrown this building, and I cannot land on anything today. But we've already outgrown this building, so of course it has to be just a little bit larger, but it will be right over here, kind of where the bamboo is, and fill in this space. We will also have a nice little courtyard area right out here. This farm is going to stay. I've decided that I really like this farm and the pond and even the fence. This one might go, but I just like this fence because this is where we began our series. This was the first or second episode, and we just kind of looked out into the valley and pictured what it would someday become. So it's sort of nostalgic. That's why I'm leaving this. But this will be a courtyard, and then the storage building will be right here. So let me go grab the shulker box full of the materials, and we will jump right into it. And if you saw yesterday's update video, I did state that I would be eventually doing a tutorial for this, but I did not have time to squeeze it into our schedule for this week, so it's just gonna have to wait. But with that all out of the way, it is time to get going on this thing. So the primary materials are gonna be mangrove and cherry, which I do have, don't worry, I just didn't need to chop any, that's why there's none in here. Dark oak for the floors on the inside, cobbled deep slate tiles for the base layer. I just have cobbled deep slate in there right now, and then cherry planks for the walls, and it should all come together very nicely. I'm really excited about it. Again, it is very large. It's going to have a nice open skylight on the inside, and it's just going to look very natural in a way. The one thing I'm a little bit concerned on is I did use dark prismarine for the roof, but we do not have very much dark prismarine at the moment, so we will either go back to a ocean monument or use warped planks for the roof, which have a similar look. Not identical, but somewhat close. Here are the warped planks, and there is the dark prismarine. So just a very, very slight difference. The dark prismarine is slightly darker than the warped planks. But I spent a lot of time off camera chopping mangrove wood, so I have plenty and we are all ready to go. I just need quite a bit of dirt to level off this land, and I will actually go ahead and start placing out the outline of this build. And of course I will start by filling in all of the charged creeper holes that we have. So I have the basic outline in place now. This is actually all going to be leveled off. This is going to be that courtyard area that I was telling you about. So the dirt will kind of come up this way a little bit. It's actually going to cover up a little bit of the beacon. So we're only going to be able to see these top two rows of iron. Kind of cool in my opinion, but I'll just let you be the judge for yourself and you can decide whether you think that's cool or not. And this is all going to be flat. This is the entrance area. I ran out of dirt, that's why there's no support over here on this side, but this will also come across, and then this is going to be the front door. It is a symmetrical build, so it's going to look the same, kind of similar fashion, but not really to the storage. Same principle as the old storage building, with the door in the middle and symmetrical on either side. Of course, I won't have a clock tower. Maybe we will actually turn this into our town hall. I think that would work quite nicely for us, but I do need some more dirt, and I will go ahead and start to fill in between all of this land. And then as for the rest of the outline goes, you can kind of see it over here. So it's not super deep, it's just a large building. It's very wide, and it is, let's see, each of these sections are 9 blocks, so it's 19 blocks inside and then 21 on the outside. But again, not overwhelmingly large, but by far the biggest building that we have done. Although I think our house would just kind of barely fit inside of it if we picked it up and placed it inside of all these mangrove logs. And now that that is all leveled off, first of all, it really gives you a good idea of how this is going to look. Of course, it's going to be grass and not dirt. But now that we have that, I'm going to start building up these supports, and then we can get some of the deep slate tiles into place. It looks like I'm going to need a lot more deep slate because I still have quite a few more layers to build up with the deep slate tiles, but that shouldn't be an issue for us. But now you have a pretty good idea of the outline of this. This is where the first floor is going to be. The mangrove log supports that go up marks the top of the first floor, and then it will go out by 1 block, kind of similar to our house here. Actually, not similar to our house, but maybe... Actually, I take that back. Yes, similar to our house, where the interior walls of the first floor are 1 block in from the walls on the second floor. We just don't have the supports go out the way that they will on this build. But even without the extra deep slate, I can start working on the interior walls, or I guess the interior/exterior walls, as they are shared. It is not a 2-block thick wall, it is just 1 block. This will be done with cherry planks, and these will go all the way around and kind of fill in between the windows. It will be solid cherry planks. I do plan on mixing in some white terracotta into these just to add a little bit of texture and break up that plank pattern, but for the most part, just cherry planks going all the way around. And then I will start to fill in between where the windows are going to be. All of the windows on this build are either 2 blocks wide or 1 block wide, and they are spaced apart depending on the length of each section. So right here, these are only 4 blocks wide, so I have a 2 block wide window centered in that section. On these longer sections on the bottom, these are 3 windows, 2 blocks wide, all spaced. Actually, wait, hang on. Did I mess up somewhere? No, well, actually I kind of did, didn't I? These are 2 2-block wide windows and 1 1-block wide window in the middle. So that looks like this. And then the windows themselves, I am actually using red stained glass for the windows. And on this first floor, I am using cherry wood trapdoors. So the red glass will go down behind it, and this will have a very similar shade to the mangrove logs. I feel like I may have called those mahogany earlier. If I did, disregard that, but I'm not 100% sure. I could just be making up memories. And then the cherry trapdoors will be on top of the red glass, just like that. I need to make a couple more... Well, more than a couple, a lot more cherry wood trapdoors, so I will do that real quick. And again, these will just go on top of the red stained glass. And that's kind of how it looks. Of course, it's a very solid color right now, but we are going to break that up a little bit by using some mangrove fences and some cherry fence gates. And you will see kind of how I have these spaced apart. So the mangrove fences will actually be placed in between each of these windows. Underneath these fences will be a cherry fence, which I still need to make, and underneath the windows themselves, I am doing cherry fence gates, and it will kind of help break up that pattern of the fence and give it a little more detail in that regard. So let me make some cherry fences, and we will place those right next to the cherry wood fence gates. And now all we have to do is add some detail right above these fences. I did experiment with this quite a bit, but the design that I came to was a pattern with mangrove stairs and slabs. These stairs will be placed upside down, just like this, over the fences, and we will have slabs going in between those. And then above these stairs, we will have another set of upside down stairs with slabs in between those as well. Inside of the gap right there, it will actually be more deep slate tiles. We will just fill that in. This whole row on top of the cherry wood will all be deep slate tiles. Same thing on here, it's going to be upside down stairs, just like this, with the slabs, another set of upside down stairs, another set of slabs, and then over here we can do that once again. I just don't want to fall off of the edge right here. And two more upside down stairs, so the bottoms of those stairs connect to the fences, and that is kind of the finished pattern that we get from this. And then for building out to the next layer, we will do an upside down stair right here and on these corners as well. And one over here on this corner. Let's see if I can make the jump. There we go. With our last mangrove stair that I had, we have got that corner put in place. I will do another set of mangrove logs, another wandering trader. I feel like we just had one come through here. But we will do another set of logs on top of all of these stairs, and it's basically this pattern all the way around for the first level, and then the second story of the building is much simpler, a lot less detail, just to not overwhelm the eye a little bit. And it appears as though the wandering trader has decided to take a trip to the Nether. We'll send his llamas in with him. Now that they are out of the way, we can get back to this project. So now that you've seen how this looks, I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of the resources that I need for it, and I'm going to finish up this first level. I may even get the dark oak floor put in place and place some torches underneath here so we don't have any mob spawning. Once I get this first level all finished, I will meet all of you right back here and we will begin work on the second level of our storage building. Alright, see you guys soon. Welcome back everyone. I have finished up the first level of our new storage building and I think it looks very nice. Of course, I'm following my creative plan, so I already know how it looks, but it's always very satisfying seeing it built in survival. So I will just give you a quick 360 of it. It is the same pattern on all sides, but every side looks a little bit different just with the hills and the landscaping and all of that. I do need to get some of these dirt blocks replaced and fill that in with deep slate tiles, but I am all out of deep slate. I actually ran out of mangrove wood as well, so I had to plant and grow a bunch more mangrove trees, but I've gotten all of that taken care of. I also got enough for the second level of this building, which we are going to get started on. So in here I have the mangrove trapdoors that we will need for the windows. We are using red stained glass once again. Cherry planks again will be used for the main walls and the mangrove logs for the supports. Like I said before though, this one is going to be a lot simpler than this base design. We just don't want to overwhelm the eye with detail, so the top will be a little more flat overall. But it will still follow the same general pattern, and actually right here in this corner, we are going to have an upright mangrove log right here. And it's not going to be connected to the stairs, but rather in that corner right there so it lines up a little better. And then we will have sideways mangrove logs on either side of that stair, and of course we will strip all of these. And to no surprise, I've already run out of mangrove logs. Pretty much, I have a couple left, but I will be placing these right here and then I will basically be out. I've one more now. But I just need enough for the supports here, here, and here because I already made all of the trapdoors, and then that is just about all of the mangrove that we will need. We will need a little bit more for some roof supports, but really just here to finish up the main part of this structure. For now though, I will work on filling in the floor. This will not go all the way across. We're actually going to have an opening in the middle so that the skylight that we are gonna have will be able to shine down onto our first floor. It's just gonna help us with lighting the build as well. We won't have to worry about making sure that we get torches put all over the place. Of course, at night we will want to, but we don't have to stress about getting those in the right spots. And before I go in and do the windows, there is just one more little detail I am going to add just to help break up the colors a little bit and actually add another shade of color. If I can place these, I may have to use scaffolding for this because I can't really seem to shift over the edge. There we go. I guess this will work. Now, I am doing some spruce fence gates, and every pillar that we have with the mangrove, I will do spruce fence, and those will run vertically. And then these will actually have trapdoors on them, but I'm also going to, well, I need to open them from this side, which may not work nearly as well. I'm trying to figure out the easiest way to go about this. I guess I can reach them from the ground, so I will open them like this and then run back up, and I can place these spruce trapdoors from the inside on top of all of those fence gates. Of course, I need to remove a little more. Maybe I'll go ahead and remove all of this bamboo and get that out of the way, but from the ground, that is how that looks. So it kind of separates that first and second floor, breaks up the color a little bit, and adds that third shade. Well, it changes the landscape for sure, but this building certainly compensates for it. As far as the upstairs windows go, like I said, these are a lot simpler than the ones from downstairs, so I will fill in the walls with cherry planks, and then I will do the window outlines. These ones upstairs are all 2 blocks wide, and then I will fill it in with red glass and place mangrove trapdoors on the windows and shut them. And with the spruce fence in place, that is how the upstairs looks. So I'm going to fill in all of the walls and windows now. Of course, I need to get a little more mangrove, and then we can start work on the roof. And I am now finished with the second level of this building. I got all the fence gates put in place and the spruce trapdoors on top of those, and then of course all of the windows as well. I also got the floor put around up here, and we can step up here and see how it looks. So of course, limited visibility out of these windows, but it's not really anything that we're gonna need to be able to see out of, because we will just mostly be dealing with the storage on the inside. All the chests will be down here, and I'm not really sure what we will have on this second level. It might be overflow storage or something like that, or maybe something entirely different. We will just see as we go. But now it is time to start working on the roof, and the main outline for this roof will be done with deep slate tiles, and of course I do not have them in my inventory. I did go down and mine some more deep slate, so we are doing pretty good in that department. And we will begin with deep slate tiles going all the way around the walls of this building, and I'm doing full blocks on top of each of these slabs. We will do a similar pattern to the mangrove stairs and slabs that we did down below, where we have those little gaps in between these mangrove logs, so we'll be able to see about a half slab in between them, and then we will have top slabs. Oh, almost fell off there. We will have top slabs and stairs alternating between here. So we will have an upside down stair right here, and then these are all slabs filled in between. I forget the pattern here on the edge. I will have to double check that. but that is kind of how that goes. So I'm going to go ahead and do this going all the way around, and then we will get started on the roof itself. So I finished up the outline going all the way around, and now we can finally start working on the roof. We are going to begin with this front section right here, and it's actually going to require me to take out the trapdoor and fence gate. Same thing over here. And this roof is going to come to a peak kind of in the middle right here. You'll see what that looks like here in a moment. It's sort of similar to, well, it's sort of similar to this part of the roof on my house where it gradually gets steeper as it goes up. But again, it is a deep slate tile outline for this roof, and it is just going to be built up and meet at a point in the middle, and then an upside down stair and right side up, and then this will just extend back towards the house, or not house, the building itself. This would be a very large house. Maybe later on in the series we'll get a house this size, but yeah, storage building for now. And then it will be cherry planks to fill in that space right here. And then we are going to have a little 1 block wide window that will follow the same pattern that we've been doing with the red stained glass and a mangrove trapdoor to match the upstairs of the house. So it looks something like this. I'm very happy with this design, and of course the dark prismarine and or warped planks will extend into the roof of the house. I've not collected the materials for that yet. That will come a little later on, just because it's a little more expensive, and this build is already taking me a very long time. So with that section of the roof done, we actually only have really one more thing before it's time to add in the stairs, and that is to place these little support beams, I suppose is what we can call them, that will kind of break up the pattern of the roof. And these again will be mangrove logs, and they will be placed like this in line with all of the pillars that we have. And right here on the corner I am going to do 2 right there, and then it will just be the continued pattern of 1 going thereafter. And then the stairs will be filled in between all of these supports. And the supports are now in place. Let me fly up here so you can kind of see that. And now all that's left is to get the stairs put in, and then I just need to put the skylight in and finish off the ceiling, which I think we will do real quick. And as for the skylight, it is going to fill in this entire area. Like I said, it is a very large skylight, but it lets a lot of natural light in, and it looks great in my opinion. So it's gonna kind of follow this curved pattern, kind of like this, and it will just extend all the way across. Well, I had to make a quick trip to the desert, but with some extra glass from the sand, the skylight is now finished, and that means that the building, aside from the roof, is also finished. That will be something that I will work on in the next episode, or have done by the next episode, but I am just ready to be finished with this episode. It's already taken a lot longer than I had hoped, but everything will be complete before episode 49. I will even have some chests arranged in here so we can start sorting our items. But that skylight definitely opens things up, makes this building feel a little bit larger on the inside than it actually is, even though it is quite large. It will definitely serve as a great building for all of our storage, and I am really excited to utilize it. But that is where I'm going to end this episode of the Optimistic Survival series. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, definitely hit that thumbs up button, and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on daily content as soon as I publish it. Check the description for some more important information, links, how to contact me, all of that good stuff. And with all of that being said, comment, like, subscribe, remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye.